Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and this is the sort of story that I take no joy in recording, but it's one that I feel has to be said. However, please bear in mind that the videos in question have been deleted, and I've been unable to locate any proxies of those videos, so I will do my best to post what evidence I have, and will point out where there's a lack of any evidence to show you, and I'll do my best to lay everything out in as clear a picture as possible. Also, as I find this topic to be offensive on a professional level, I will do my best to concentrate on laying out the facts and information without my own opinion, and I'll provide my opinion after we have everything made clear. Fair? I think that's fair. Okay, so what's going on? What's been happening here? Well, this story originated about 2 weeks ago, and during that time, it's been a bit of a whirlwind of nonsense that's been difficult to sift through given the deletion of the videos in question. So let's go through a timeline as best I can piece together. Now, some of this will be slightly out of order, but you'll be able to get the gist of what's going on. The start of the chain of events was actually a YouTube video by NoClip titled The Making of Fallout 76 NoClip Documentary, which is an exceptionally well done 40-minute video that I recommend everyone go view, and if you do, tell them SidAlpha sent me and says you guys are awesome. I say that because their content is normally top-notch and definitely well worth your time. This video is, unsurprisingly as one might expect, about the making of Fallout 76, and it contains a lot of information. That was followed by the Reddit user Robbie that posted on the Fallout subreddit the complete notes from the NoClip documentary as a breakdown of information and posted a link to their video, which is proper, and nothing untoward out of the ordinary there. The next link in the chain was that it was reported that the YouTuber Potates uploaded a video that was a direct plagiarism of the Robbie Reddit post, and that video had received over 800,000 views before it was removed by Potates. Now, this is one of those moments where all I have in regards to this video is a screenshot of where the video used to be, and I can't find a proxy of it anywhere, so I'm unable to verify for myself that this was direct plagiarism. But judging from the responses and running commentary of Potates, Robbie, and Reddit users, I think we can accept that this video was plagiarism without too much of a worry about being an error. But I wanted to point that out, so if any of you choose not to accept that, you have the information to be able to make that decision yourselves without allowing any sort of assumptions or mob mentality to color your thinking. Robbie then posted on Reddit Gaming discussing exactly what happened and clarifying the accusations of plagiarism, stating that it was in fact a verbatim word-for-word read of Robbie's Reddit post starting at the gameplay section. From what is stated in this post, Robbie also clarifies that Potates phrased things in his own words, changing a little bit enough, at least for a time, but that apparently disappeared very quickly and it became a direct read, treating Robbie's post as a script for his video, posting it as if it were his own words as opposed to treating it as a citation of a third-party source without providing proper accreditation. That is then where people began accusing Potates of plagiarism in the comments section of that video, which Potates apparently began deleting those comments as rapidly as he could find them and banning people from his Discord for the same. The Potates released an apology video, which has also since been taken offline, and judging from the comments from an archive.is capture of that video before it was taken down, the apology seemed to come across far more as a "I'm sorry I got caught" or "I'm sorry you feel like I did something wrong" sort of non-apology, as opposed to an actual apology. But again, I can't confirm this as I have been unable to see that video for myself. That said, if that is how your apology came across, then in my mind, that's on you as a YouTuber. It's your job to make your point clear and easy to understand, and if the vast majority of people somehow misconstrued that to be a non-apology, then maybe it was. At some point in time where I cannot find any screenshots of this, an account posted death threats against Potates and or his family in the comments section of the apology video, which Potates pinned that comment on the video page, which a person later caught a screenshot of Potates making a little bit of a mistake and accidentally responding to a comment on that same video as the user account that made the death threats as opposed to his Potates account, making it very readily apparent that Potates was faking a death threat in order to play the victim. The Potates then apparently apologized in DMs to Robbie, while at the same time attempting to weaponize his viewer base to go and mass downvote Robbie's Reddit post. Then later apologizing for doing that, claiming he was scared because people were saying that they were going to come and kill him, which, as it turned out, was him faking a death threat. Also, around that time, Potates was attempting to weaponize his viewers to mass downvote the Reddit post. He also posted and then later deleted a comment claiming he had taken the video down due to the threats on his life and that Robbie and him would sort it out. And then that was followed up to continue on with the nonsense with Potates accusing Robbie of throwing him under the bus in order to launch his own YouTube career. Also, there were some anecdotal facts that I can't even find screenshots or verifications that it took place, but some people have said that Potates offered to pay or had paid Robbie the ad revenue received from the plagiarized video, although again, I have no way to verify whether that offer was made, whether or not it was accepted, or money was received. But that sort of thing would only mitigate the outrage to a certain extent, because even if Potates paid Robbie the ad revenue off of that video, there's still all the incidentals that Potates gained off of that plagiarism, mainly the increased visibility in YouTube algorithms, the increased number of subscribers, and the increased number of views on his other videos due to click-through, which would also increase the amount of ad revenue generated. And then, in a final effort to sidestep the outrage, Potates went through a complete rebrand, and his YouTube channel is now named Danvil, which evidence of that is extremely easy to locate. Just simply go into any of his videos older than 2 weeks as of the date of this video, and he introduces himself as Potates in all of those videos. And as I said, I find this whole situation to be offensive on a professional level. Potates, or I should say Danvil, is a YouTuber. His content, while more laser-focused on the popular games or upcoming games, is not too dissimilar than what I do in some areas. It involves industry commentary and discussion of news. The problem here is that channels like these, you can't be doing shit like this. You just can't. If you use information from another source, you make sure you show what you are citing and make damn sure that if it's not your own words or your own opinions, that you make your viewers aware of that and not just a misleading link posted in the description. This is why when I cite something or quote something, I put it up on the screen. This serves a few different purposes. One, it's to make sure that you know, hey, I'm citing from this bit right here. Also, YouTube is an audio and video medium. Show and tell. Don't do one or the other unless you're shooting for some form of artistic piece, which neither his content nor mine falls under that category unless you want to treat my voice as a work of art, which some people do. The second is never lie under any circumstances. As soon as you post a fake death threat in order to garner sympathy, you have forever lost all credibility in my eyes. Yes, I've stated death threats in the past myself, and when they were directed at me personally, I showed them. The only exception to that was when I refused to show the very graphic threat against my own daughter, in which I merely refused to show all of you. The people that I did show it to had nice badges with the letters FBI on them. To my mind, they were the only ones that needed to see that. Also, that was an email threat that I chose not to show. This was a faked death threat in his case that he pinned to the comments on his video. He was attempting to show this as a threat that was legitimate when it was in fact not. But never, under any circumstances, lie to your viewers. With a channel like mine and like Potates/Danvil's, our viewers absolutely have to be able to trust that we are on the level, that we are not deliberately misguiding them or misdirecting them in any way. When people like Potates/Danvil lie, they undermine not only themselves, but other channels of similar content like mine. It sets a precedent that I find to be just offensive on every level. YouTubers, whether they have 100 subscribers, 1,000, 10,000, or 10 million, all have a responsibility to our viewers. Some watch us because we're amusing. Some watch us because they love to hate on someone. Others watch for information or for a different perspective. Many of those people will become fans, and in that fandom, there is a certain amount of trust being conveyed onto the YouTuber. A trust that they are on the level, that they are being honest and straightforward. We are in a position of power, and it is our responsibility to not misuse that power or to twist it towards a nefarious or dishonest purpose. Potates/Danvil has done so multiple times over the course of this issue. He plagiarized someone else's content. He then lied about that. He then apologized in a non-apology way. He then faked a death threat just to garner sympathy and then messed up and got found out on that. He then acted in a very two-faced manner and also directly attempted to weaponize his fan base, all out of an attempt to cover up his own despicable behavior. People like him are a blight on this industry. You've heard channels like mine often operate under the creed, critique makes this industry better. It does so by providing information, and in the doing, it can help curb the more anti-consumer behaviors that we see come to surface within this industry. But we can only do that when we're being honest. When we act in a trustworthy manner, we are doing our jobs. When one of those amongst us turns out to be a snake in the grass, it harms us all, critic and gamer alike. Because it erodes that trust. It chips away at the foundation that all critics need to be able to rely upon in order to do our jobs. Whether it be a direct game review or critique, industry commentary or industry critique, it doesn't matter. If there is no trust there, then the facts being shown are meaningless because the viewers won't even be able to believe that they are facts to begin with. Every single time one of these people surfaces, it calls into question all of us and puts our own truthfulness to the test. Can you trust me now? What if I turn out to be just as bad? What if I've lied in the past? Is this common of all critics? You don't know, and unfortunately, there is no real way of knowing until often it's too late. And then there was the attempt to weaponize his viewers. Now, this is something that I had been unwittingly guilty of in the past, and when I was made to realize that, I very quickly about fucking faced and made sure everyone knew what I had done was wrong, and I have been very careful ever since that if I directed anyone to do something, that it was something positive, like, go watch this person because I think they're great and tell them I said so while you're there. What Potates/Danvil was doing was the opposite. He was attempting to direct his viewers to go help cover up the lies that he had told to those viewers so they could continue on blissfully unaware that he was not to be trusted. Despicable is the only proper word that comes to mind, but I think I should leave it off there. I've soapboxed enough and vented enough of my professional outrage over this lying double dealer, so by all means, please do like and share this video. This sort of behavior people absolutely should be made aware of so they can decide on whether or not a person like this is even deserving of their trust anymore. And while you're at it, go ahead and let me know what you think about how important trust and truth is in this industry down in the comments below. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.